It's video game time! Hello and welcome to another figure review. Today we're going to have a look at the Storm Collectibles Streets of Rage 4 Axel Stone figure. Streets of Rage 4, the revival of a classic. Damn, that game, I played the heck out of that game when it came out last year. So, as such, obviously, I have to get the figure of it. I love the redesign of Axel. He looks a little bit more rough, but still remains those old classic features. Let's see what the figure does. What a weird release though, to be honest. I mean, Storm Collectibles really doing everything that has something to do with fighting games or beat 'em ups. This guy stands at about 18 centimeters to the top of his head, which means we're going up to 7.2 inches, 7.1, 7.2, depending on where you look at. Size comparisons. Here we have Jolter, SH Figure Arts Ken, NECA Arcade Turtle Raph, and Darkseid. Now the first thing I thought of when I got this figure is he's too small. He should be a lot wider, and just to prove it, here's the box and there's the artwork on it. Look, he looks a bit chubby actually, and definitely has the big wide shoulders, so that's just kind of weird. You can move the shoulders around and kind of have an effect where it does look a little bit bigger if you move the jacket out and whatnot, but still, you will never really reach the original design of it, so it's just, again, I don't get it, but then again, maybe they're just recycling a body and didn't really feel like molding something completely new. Look at face sculpt, he looks good, but same thing, I feel like he's a little skinny looking. You got the beard and the strains going down from the hair look good. I love that the eyes are so clean and a bit shiny. Then we have the buttons in the jacket, got the white spots over there. For the rest of the Payne, we got some stuff to talk about. Over there, for example, what is that? Just goes over the line, pretty big. There's some white spots on his tank top. It seems like there's a little bit of a wash that goes over it, so that overall is fine. But what about this? What is this? What is this? Paint job on his jacket that's kind of wrapped around his waist is awful. It's just completely random, does go over the line there, does kind of split up on those parts and just ends over there, and then there's one small spot like that, and that just doesn't look natural whatsoever. I mean, it looks good in the back. Regarding that there isn't even that much paint on this figure to begin with, that just kind of sucks, because this is blue plastic with just a white on it, and I mean, shoulder pads, are they? No, I think this is also just blue plastic kind of draped over there. So, yay. And you got the pants ripped up at the bottom. And I guess at least the shoes look decent enough as far as the paint goes. But there's some spots like that again. And, wow, what happened? Now for your articulation, you're not really getting much out of the head because there's not really any room left there. So it does kind of move up and it does kind of tilt and it does move around. But it's mostly due to the ball pack in the neck, where you're gonna get your movement from. So that goes to the back. That goes all the way up and left and right. This piece of the bandana is actually not even packed in, so you cannot move that around. It is soft plastic, so it doesn't get in the way at least. Then you have the big hinge with the ball pack that goes into the shoulder part, so you can rotate that around freely. And also, yeah, this is just plastic that's kind of draped over the joint over there. A bicep swivel, also hidden under there. Double hinged elbow. Fist is on a ball hinge, which you can see right there. Moves up and down, all the way around. Chest area moves all the way back. No problem there. And to the front. Goes side to side. And all the way around. Lower torso part also goes all the way around. Has some very good, very nice rotation, damn. Does leave some gaps though. Can try to pull up the jacket to cover it up. Leg moves forward, leg moves out to the side, and then it's just kind of blocked. Oh, it's blocked by the jacket. This is really stretching at this point, so it doesn't really go out more than that. I wouldn't risk it. I could try to pull up the jacket, but it's really fighting me right there, and I don't want to rip anything apart. Legs move to the back. Rotation in the leg movement, and then double hinge knees. And for the foot, you have another ball hinge hidden in there nicely, goes out to the side. Well, it's not a ball hinge, it's actually ball. It's also packed in, so that's pretty good. Does get the job done, rotates all the way around. So yeah, So here's the first batch of accessories. Yes, I said first. First we have a katana blade without anything on here, just a regular handle. And the blade on there, you got a Sai TMNT, which just made me think that they are doing Injustice figures, and the TMNT were in Injustice too. Foreshadowing? Probably not. Have a regular little knife. The metallic on all of these is pretty nice, very shiny. Have a metal boomerang. All of it is from the game, obviously. Duh, it's Streets of Rage, where you can pick up weapons and swing them around. So there you got that, the bolts in there are nicely painted. We have two bottles, one that's broken and one that's just regular stuff, doesn't have any stuff on there. Has a yelling face and an angry gritting teeth face. Both of them look pretty good. Also you got the hair sculpt, which kind of moves out a little bit more to the side. It's just like, why do you have the different hair on there already when you have a different hair piece? Yes, you can replace that one. So it's a little bit more wavy, it goes a little bit to the side, so if you want to do action poses. That one looks better. You have grabbing hands, booby grab hands, haven't said that in a while. Kind of open, posing hands, a little bit folded, and of course fist hands. But as I was saying, that was the first batch of accessories. Here's the second one. You have a whole bunch of fire effects for his uppercut. Uppercut. He doesn't say it like that, but yeah. Just get that over to the fist. And then some more like the fist drill when he goes up, I think. There's a whole bunch of different stuff, and I think this one is just for the ground. Lots of different fire effects, and that's really why I feel like this guy was a bit more expensive than he probably should have been, but they really cranked up the accessories to 11, so if you like that kind of stuff. Also nice baseball. Has some heft to it. It's probably not hollow, so that's a lot of plastic that went into that. And finally, you have this Japanese kind of bladed weapon with a staff on it. I don't know what it's called. I know it has a name, but yeah, I'm not on point with the names of my Japanese weaponry. Is it Japanese? Is it Chinese? You let me know in the comments. Has some nice gold on that. Surprisingly, the paint on these is pretty clean. Can't really complain about it. And that's all the accessories. Final thoughts for this Axel Stone figure. This is a rough one. So on one hand, as I was saying, I don't think it really matches the character in the game. It's a little bit too small, looks a little bit maybe too young. Depends on how you look at it. That's debatable. What is not debatable is that the paint job is awful at some parts, and considering that they didn't have to do a lot of paint, that's pretty bad. Now, what really saves it to me is the things that Storm Collectibles excels at, which is articulation and accessories. He does have a ton of stuff to play around with. As such, it is fun to play around with. It is fun to put him in poses and give him different energy effects or baseball bat or whatever. It's just, yeah. The figure itself, it is okay. It is a decent release, I'd say. But Storm Collectibles can do better. As such, I will only recommend it for fans or if you're really, really hungry for some more accessories. But then you're paying a fairly hefty price just for the accessories. I don't think that's worth it. So, recommend it if you're a fan. That's gonna do it. As usual, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this review, hit it up with a like and subscribe to the channel so you can stay tuned for more figure reviews, card game stuff, and whatever Axel wants. If it just was a little bit wider.